What's up, everybody? It's Justin. Welcome. We're going to talk a boatload about soil because it's super important. Beyond important, it's everything. Literally everything. That's why I want to do an episode on it. I don't know why I haven't thought to do an episode on this earlier, because it's that important. Because through soil, we can remove a lot of the dogma surrounding diet, nutrition, and some of the dogmatic diets, like vegetarians, vegans, all that. Now we're going to jump into that in a second. I'm going to borrow a lot of information tonight from Kristin Ohlson, another guy named Roger Brown, who's introduced me by Diana Rodgers. You guys know Diana Rodgers. I adore her, talk about her all the time. And she introduced me to this incredible video. Gabe Brown is his name. Gabe Brown. I don't know where I got Roger from. Gabe Brown. So I'm going to link out to all these things in the show notes. You're going to have a lot of stuff to research. Do your own research, okay? I assure you, doing your own research is always the best way to do this, because then if you don't, you're just somebody parroting another online influencer, aka me. So I get mad at the vegans who just spout nonsense they heard somebody else say. So don't be another person that just gets out there and spouts what somebody else has said. Dissect this stuff yourself. I've been working on this all day, literally sun up to today. Now, I've already researched this stuff in the past, right? I've read books about it. I've watched presentations on it. I've been in person with Diana Rodgers about it. I've spoken to Applegate about it. I've spoken to Epic about it. I've spoken to lots of people through Diana Rodgers, these people that I've met, talking about regenerative agriculture. So I've been in this space for a while now. I'm a huge financial backer in 2 different documentaries on regenerative agriculture. And I still spend all day today going back over my own research to make sure that I get this right for you guys, okay? That's how you should handle things before you form an opinion on something. Through soil, we can remove a lot of the dogma surrounding diet, nutrition, and some of the dogmatic diets, like vegetarians, vegans, all that. Now we're going to jump into that in a second. My name is Justin Nault. I'm the CEO and founder of Clovis. I am a certified nutritional therapist, certified specialist in sports nutrition, certified specialist in fitness nutrition. And I work with clients. I get them healthy one-on-one. I make custom nutrition plans. Now, I borrowed the name of this AMA from a book called The Soil Will Save Us by a woman named Kristin Ohlson. It is a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. I think most of us have little to no understanding of how the ground beneath us even works or where our food comes from. So it's very, very important. I highly recommend that you get your hands on that book. Now, the reason I decided to do this episode was to try my damnedest once and for all to shut down this argument of whether or not fruit is a health food. Is it healthier than other foods on planet Earth? Yes. Is it the health food that you have been led to believe it is? No, not at all. So we're gonna start with the scary facts right off the bat. We're jumping in to the scary stuff. Now, again, I'm pulling data from an amazing presentation by a guy named Gabe Brown. And Gabe Brown is an expert in regenerative agriculture. He speaks all around the world on these issues. He is world-renowned as an expert in this space, right? And there's a fantastic YouTube presentation that Diana Rodgers sent to me. So the key takeaway tonight is the fact to remember: all of the nutrients you consume in your daily diet come from soil. The soil beneath your feet. 100% of the nutrients that you get in your diet come from that soil, period, okay? In the past 50 years, the nutrient density of our food has decreased by anywhere from 15 to 65% depending on the food, okay? I repeat, in the past 50 years, my dad just turned 60. That's not a long amount of time, everybody. This isn't ancient history. 50 years. The nutrient density of our food has decreased anywhere from 15 to 65% depending on the specific food. Let's jump in. I haven't planned this out, sorry, bear with me. So we're gonna do veggies and we're gonna do meat. So the average taken from 27 different kinds of vegetables showed that copper has declined by 76%, has shown that calcium has declined by 46%, has shown that iron has declined by 27%, has shown that magnesium has declined by 24%, and that potassium has declined by 16%. Copper, calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, all down by astronomical numbers in just the last 50 years alone. This is the average taken from 27 different kinds of vegetables, okay? This is how bad the soil issue is getting. Now we're gonna move into meat. Think about it. This is what I always try to tell vegans and vegetarians. There are certain foods we're not supposed to eat, like grass, Who can eat grass? Ruminants, right? These large grazing land animals can eat grass. Their stomachs are designed to extract the micronutrients from that grass. We eat the animal and get the micronutrients from the animal. But because of the soil problems, this is even translating into the micronutrient density of the meat that we eat. In meat, copper is down 24%. Calcium is down by 41%. Iron is down by 54%. Magnesium is down by 10%. Potassium is down by 16%. Ridiculous, okay? So we have meat, vegetables. This is an average of 27 different kinds of vegetables. This is an average of 10 different types of meats. And the micronutrients that have declined in them significantly over just the last 50 years, okay? Now, this is compared, we're gonna compare food from the year 1940, okay? The year 1940 versus the year 2019. To match the macronutrients found in food in 1940, in the year 2019, a human being would have to consume more than 2 times the meat, more than 3 times the fruit, more than 4 times the vegetables would have to be consumed today in 2019 to match the micronutrient density of the food in the year 1940. This is astronomical. It's absolutely terrifying, okay? Now we look at these numbers, and we're going to get into my favorite argument of all, what I call the big giant elephant in the room of Clovis. We're going to talk about fruit. Let me explain something to you. I am a thick-skinned guy, right? I don't care what people think of me. I don't care. I put my content out and I do my thing. I live my life. I'm super happy. I have never gotten more hate online. I get more hate online for fruit than any other topic I have ever discussed ever. More hate than I ever got in my music career. More hate than I got when I talk about childhood nutrition. I've never gotten the amount of hate online that I get when I say fruit is not a health food. Period. Like, you would think that I have done the most atrociously blasphemous thing you could possibly think of. People want blood. They say horrible things to me. All because I tell people fruit isn't as healthy as they think it is. And it's not, mind you. I'm telling the truth, right? Look above. You would have to eat 3 times as much fruit today to match the micronutrients found in fruit in just the year 1940, okay? Now, I think we can all agree, as thinking human beings in the year 2019, that sugar is universally not a good idea in massive amounts for optimal human health. Now, by consuming 3 times more fruit to get the same micronutrients, you would also be consuming more than 3 times the sugar because fruit today has more fructose in it than it did in 1940. Less micronutrients, more than 3 times the sugar. It's a horrific trade-off for optimal human health, okay? Now, and again, this goes completely out the window if you're following a standard American diet, which is already 60% carbohydrates, and you want to add fruit to it because you think fruits and vegetables are both healthy. It's insane. Now, many people are going to say, but Justin, you eat pounds of vegetables every day. Aren't you being a hypocrite? Because according to your numbers, you'd have to eat 4 times as many vegetables to get the same micronutrients as vegetables in the 1940s. Why do you eat vegetables and not fruit? Let's dive in, okay? We're going to jump into fruits versus veggies. Now, I'm going to use the help of a graphic that I first published like a year ago on the Clovis Instagram. My main concern here is that we separate fruits from vegetables. They're not the same fucking food group, okay? That's all I care about doing. Separate the two. Now, if we directly compare, okay, 100 grams of banana to broccoli. Broccoli wins hands down. Gram for gram, broccoli has 3 times more protein, 12 times more vitamin A, 10 times more potassium, 1/5 the net carbs, and 1/6 of the sugar. Broccoli wins hands down in every freaking category except one, potassium. Would you like to know by how much banana wins in potassium? Banana has a whopping 10% RDA potassium. Broccoli only has 9. So, let's continue. The reasons I choose broccoli over banana are clear, but the most important point is that, yes, I would have to eat 4 times more veggies in the year 2019 to get the same micronutrients, and I'm totally cool with that. Why? Because I could eat 6 times more broccoli before matching the sugar content of the banana, and I still get more micronutrients. Duh! It doesn't get any simpler than this. This is so simple that it's actually painful for me to do these videos at this point. It's literally painful. Now, okay, let's keep going. Let's play devil's advocate. Some people are going to say, I cherry-picked because I used a banana, which has an unusual amount of sugar for a fruit, considering it's not an actual fruit that doesn't exist in nature, everybody. Literally doesn't exist without human intervention. It's not a real thing. It was made up, okay? So, some will say, I cherry-picked this by using a banana. We're going to compare 100 grams of blueberries, which are Clovis approved. They're allowed on my approved foods list. I'm a big fan of blueberries, okay? We're going to talk about blueberries. So, let's do 100 grams of blueberries versus broccoli. Broccoli, gram for gram, has 4 times more protein, 4 times more potassium, 12 times more vitamin A, 9 times more vitamin C, 3 times more iron, 5 times more magnesium, half the net carbs, and again, 1/6 the amount of sugar. I can again eat 6 times more broccoli before I ever touch the sugar content of a comparable amount of blueberries, everybody. Are you even beginning to understand remotely why my argument of putting fruits and vegetables in the same category, removing them from the same category, does that seem absolutely ludicrous to you, or does it seem pretty reasonable? If you analyze this data and you tell me that fruit is as beneficial for human health as vegetables, you need to be checked for a severe learning disability. And people will go on to argue, well, blueberries are loaded with antioxidants. Yup, they are. That's why they're on the Clovis approved foods list. Do you know what food has even more antioxidants than blueberries? Dark chocolate. And I eat that shit every damn day. You can keep your fruit. Thank you very much. Not buying it. Don't care. Can't change my mind. Now, in fairness, blueberries are loaded with antioxidants. I'm not picking on them, but I can't justify more than 1 to 2 servings per day for the sugar trade-off for the antioxidants. Now, that trade-off goes out the window, again, if you're a standard sedentary American eating 60% carbohydrates in your daily diet. Then you can't justify the trade-off, okay? That's the fruit debate. There you go. Game over. Mic drop. Game, set, match.